Lights are on. Off they go, and who's got it?
Down on the inside, Aidan Thwaite, Daniel Gillette get a good start and into that turn first.
Swinging it around. We've got the 48 sitting there in that Sean Kerr, just challenging now as who's gone through to the front. It must be, is it the 17?
Yep.
17. Josh Heenan and Harley Biddle made a move out of that turn 2. Took it over down the front, back straight there. Now Sean Kerr, Dallas Kelman up into second. Perhaps that bike's not going quite so good there for Aidan Thwaites and Daniel Gillette seem to be struggling. They dropped off the pace here. They got the Bagshaws in behind them, the father and son team. But there's no doubt about the ones out of the front. 17, Josh Heenan and Harley Biddle just leading them down the back straight, just pulling away from 48, Sean Kerr, Dallas Kelman. Third place still held by Aidan Thwaites, Daniel Gillette, and Glenn and Ryan Bagshaw.
Rounded them out, so through they come once again. Still, Aidan Thwaites and Daniel Gillette.
No, 17.
No, sorry, the 17, Josh Heenan, Harley Biddle, shall I say, over Aidan Thwaites, Daniel Gillette end up in third place. In that second spot was Sean Kerr and Dallas Kelman.
Racing, and off they go. And who's got the start this time? Down on the inside, pushing the way through. Paul Humphreys and Ben Franklin. And they quickly jump out to a comfortable lead. Looking at the next one, should be the 48 by the looking at it is Sean Kerr and Dallas Kelman in that second position from 19, Scott Aito and Dylan Carney. Rounding out the field, Stan Ross and Claire Hartnell. But out in front, Paul Humphreys, Ben Franklin, probably not running away with it so much this time as the rest, because certainly Sean Kerr and Dallas Kelman are keeping a wee bit in touch. Sitting out midfield, taking the wider line. Kerr keeping it tight, coming down a little bit narrower. Scott Aito, Dylan Carney in that third position. As they swing on round, they get the white flag. Pete, you can bring them home.
So Paul Humphrey, Ben Franklin have still got the drop here over Sean Kerr and Dallas Kelman. Scott Aito, Dylan Carney in that third place. Stan Ross, Claire Hartnell in fourth spot. But take nothing away from the current New Zealand champs. Paul Humphreys, Ben Franklin, they'll take the checkered flag. Second place will go to Sean Kerr and Dallas Kelman. Third place to Scott Aito and Dylan Carney. Lionel Green, Shane Breach, Gate 1. Jason Harper, Mark George, Gate 2. Corey Lang, Aaron O'Donnell, Gate 3. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers out here in Gate 4. Lights on, tapes up and away they go. Who gets the best of it? Looks like Lionel Green, Shane Breach once again. Luke Thwaites, Neville Chalmers, it looked like from the outside, got up into that second spot. There's somebody going infield.
16, Harper George.
Harper and Jason Harper, Mark George, which is a bit of a shame. They've gone reasonably well all day. Here we go. And it's the 29 of Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers that have gone up into that second spot. Corey Lang, Aaron O'Donnell back there in third. So Lionel Green, Shane Breach once again stamping their dominance in the sidecar class here today, along with Paul Humphreys and Ben Franklin, of course. But it's Lionel Green, Shane Breach that have got it all here at the moment over Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers and Corey Lang and Aaron O'Donnell. Unfortunate for Jason Harper and Mark George sitting it out in the infield there. Oh, Lionel Green seemed to slow up a wee bit in that turns 3 and 4. The white flag comes out though. He still finds another cog and away he goes again. Lionel Green, Shane Breach, Corey Lang and Aaron O'Donnell closing up on Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers. But here we go. Lionel Green and Shane Breach, they will take the checkered flag from Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers, and Corey Lang and Aaron O'Donnell will fill that third place.
They're all set. Lights on. Revs built. Off they go. And once again, Fraser Gillespie gets a good start from the grid number 2. Aidan Thwaites, Daniel Gillette in that second position. There's a pass on the inside of Clint Warwood, Paul Orton, but they've been challenged back by Heenan and Biddle going round the outside, but they swing on round. The Gillespie's out in front. Aidan Thwaites, Daniel Gillette on that second one still. The battle for third continues. Warwood on the inside. Heenan on the outer, side by side for 2 laps now. These boys have been at the tail of the field. Clint Warwood got the inside running this time. It's Josh Heenan, Harley Biddle in behind him in that 4th spot. Now they look again. Waiting for Warwood to make a mistake, but he didn't do it, and he's pulled a couple of bike lengths into that 3rd spot. But out in front of the field, 11, Fraser and Johnny Gillespie, slowly pulling away from the 24 bike, or the 58 combination of Aidan Thwaites and Daniel Gillette. Clint Warwood, Paul Orton, still holding that 3rd, but they've got to watch out because Josh Heenan and Harley Biddle are still hunting them down. The Gillespies swing in out of the Newfields turn for the last time. They'll take the checkered flag. Here it comes for the 3rd spot. Oh, just on the line. 58 got the second one. Right there on the line. It'll be 98 is my calling anyway. Clint Warwood and Paul Orton home just ahead of 17. Josh Heenan and Harley Biddle.
Russell Hughes, the assistant starter, gets them all lined up. He's happy. Light goes on, takes them away they go. Lionel Green, Shane Breen, they shoot out of the gap. The New Zealand champs, Paul Humphries and Ben Franklin.
Got down there first.
They got the Gillespie second. Lionel Green, Shane Breen's gone back to 3rd. We've got the 29 of Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers there in that 3rd spot. And through they come, New Zealand champs. Paul Humphries, Ben Franklin, followed by the Gillespies, Johnny and Fraser and Johnny Gillespie, then Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers and that 3rd place, Lionel Green and Shane Bridge, and rounding them out is Josh Heenan and Mark George. So through they come once again. It's the New Zealand champs that have really opened up about an 8 or 10 bike lead here over Fraser and Johnny Gillespie.
Yeah, battle for the 3rd now.
The 3rd now is Lionel Green putting the acid on Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers.
But it's still out in front. The New Zealand champs picked up the white flag as they go on through. They're well clear. The Gillespies in the 2nd position. Oh, Lionel Green got that all out of shape there, and the Harpers moved through into the 4th spot. But bringing them home is the New Zealand champions, Paul Humphries and Ben Franklin. They take the win from 11, Fraser and Johnny Gillespie. A brilliant ride there from the 29, Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers for the 3rd position over 16, Jayton Harper and Mark George. And 73, Lionel Green and Shane Breach round out the field.
So put your hands together, folks, for these guys. They've really put it on the line here today. The current New Zealand champs, Paul Humphries and Ben Franklin, are victorious in the Burt Munro sidecar final. They've really put on a grand show here today. Fraser Gillespie and Johnny Gillespie take out that 2nd place. 3rd place went to Luke Thwaites and Neville Chalmers.